Lord. This is Northern Ghana Union Mission presenting report on evangelist activities and other aspects which also give room for the improvement of our evangelistic activities. In view of this, I'll call on the IT person to show it for us to look at it. Thank you.
I am Pastor Eric Mensah Apurampa of the Northern Ghana Union Mission in charge of personal ministries, Sabbath school, and special needs departments of the Union. The objective and the goals of the department actually is to go to the whole world and win souls for Christ. But for within our territory here, we set up a goal, evangelize about 2,000 sites and also baptize 40,000 souls to the glory of God and establish 50 new churches as a result of the evangelistic activity, and also to conduct 50 city campaigns, which will be out of the 2,000 campaigns that we are supposed to conduct during the period. TMI is an acronym of Total Member Involvement. However, when we talk about the TMI, it is a new idea crafted by the General Conference to involve every member of the church to be active for Christ by using his or her talent that the Lord has given unto such individuals to win a soul or to bring some souls to Christ. And as we talk about TMI, we are talking about using whatever talent, whatever opportunities means that every individual has to bring people unto Christ. If even you can't go out as a preacher, you can use the talent, you can use your business, you can use whatever opportunity that you have to bring people onto Christ. So that is more of TMI. And also when we talk about TMI, we are talking about departmental involvement, using your department to witness to people, using the department also to bring people to the knowledge of Christ. And as such, or as a result of that, the TMI enjoins every department in the church to go out as means of evangelizing, bringing people unto Christ. TMI also talks about all the officers of the church, right from the local to the conference or union level, up to the division and general conference, doing what we can to witness about Christ, for people to know who Christ is. That is all about TMI, Total Member Involvement. TMI Pentecost Group 2018 has much collaboration in the sense that for the Pentecost 2018 is a caption that was given to the TMI meetings that was held in the year 2018 with that caption. Meaning that if every member is doing his or her part during the Pentecost 2018, the church will are baptized more, because it is for everyone to bring at least a soul to Christ during the Pentecost 2018. So rather we say that Pentecost 2018 is an aspect of total member involvement. And as people go about this total member involvement and involving themselves also in the Pentecost 2018, we can reach much population, much people unto Christ. Pentecost 2018 size during February, actually it was 72, but in the course of the time, many have conducted evangelistic activities and we've gotten to 840 sites, because Pentecost 2018 is not just for this year 2018, or it was not just for February, but rather it continues until Jesus comes. But for the year 2018, which actually involves much of the Pentecost, we have been able to, we held 840 sites to the glory of God. By the grace of God, we baptized 15,267 souls. Total member involvement idea is to spur every member into action. Therefore, we got a lot of support by membership or by strength from the members visiting homes and workshops and offices to invite people to the site. Apart from that, we have financial support. One from Elder Enesquisi Ababio of Southern Ghana Union Conference, who came down to support about 10 fields with 100,000 Ghana cedis. Total, that is 100,000 Ghana cedis for the entire 10 fields. And as a result of that also, baptism realized was 914 for the 10 fields support that WAD gave. And apart from that also, we have been having support from Mrs. Rebecca Nkwantabisa, and she also donated about 10,000 Ghana cedis to support the Pentecost 2018 initiatives. Department, before the Pentecost 2018 set off, we went around to conduct workshops for lay-team mobilization and also to equip the laymen or the lay persons who will be acting for Christ during that period. And with that one, we had a team of about 8 people going around to conduct such workshop. One of them is Pastor Pio Mensa, Pastor Anobuani rather. Then we have Asamoah Party, Central Ghana Conference President. We have Pastor Mapopo Nsi also being part of that. And we have one Amakunjebua of Asante Central Ghana Conference supporting in that workshop. And we have the union officers, also other officers, apart from Pastor being the other officers. That's Pastor Kweniwachi and Pastor Safuma for supporting in that respect. Yes, in the course of the Pentecost 2018, we had almost about 20 guest preachers from yonder. Some were Ghanaians, some also came from our general conference headquarters, and others from US and other places coming to support. And they were shared among the fields, especially the fields in Kumasi, in the Ashanti region, for them to, where the Pentecost 2018 was officially took place. So we had a GC, Personal Ministry Director, the person of Dr. Raymond Canals, being the main speaker with all others supporting at various sites. Yes, during the campaign, there are a lot of things to be shared with regard to what happened. But after the campaign, one of the General Conference General Vice President called Dr. Girimo Biachi came to Northern Ghana Union Mission, specifically to the Midwest Ghana Conference, and he was stationed to preach at Abisim. Over there, we had a juju man or a fetish priest who had wanted to baptize earlier, but in the course of baptism, he ran away and he didn't baptize. But on Sunday, on the 16th September, when we were about to leave, this brother came again saying he wanted to be baptized, but because of some other spirit in him, he was driven away. and therefore he's ever ready to baptize. Therefore, we asked him to bring those things that he thought was his idols, and he brought them and they were burnt. After they were burnt, he decided to go and baptize. And I saw that also, during the first week, there was a baptism. And the course of the baptism, one man, ex-convict from Sunyani prison, also was every day trotting to the campaign site to hear the word of God. But during the first baptism, he was baptized. He's called Yaun Kroma. And that Yaun Kroma also, after his baptism, brought 4 other people because he embraced the idea of total member involvement well, thinking that if he had gotten such opportunity, he need to give privilege to other people. So he brought 4 of his friends also to baptize to the glory of God. There are numerous of challenges, but nothing beyond the power of God. However, we have problem with members understanding or embracing the total member fully to be involved, inviting people to church or to programs. And also, more often than not, the budget that local church need to allocate for evangelistic activity are sometimes something very hard to come by, because the budget is unrealistic. It's a fake budget. So sometimes they find it difficult to allocate funds for evangelistic activity. And also, these days, members' commitment to evangelism by going to be Bible workers at campaign site without even a charge or without even getting money is another issue, because they think the living of the day is very hard, and therefore they need to get something to support themselves and support their homes that they are leaving behind. So these are some of the things. And also, these days, when Seventh-day Adventists are conducting evangelistic activities, what we have been experiencing is that many other churches, non-Adventist churches, organize revivals and programs in their churches to hold their members in the church. And this makes it very difficult for you to penetrate through. But notwithstanding, by the grace of God, everything has been going successfully to the glory of God. Next year, we want to continue with the Pentecost 2018, because the Pentecost 2018 is ongoing program. So we have set up a plan that every quarter the union, in collaboration with the fields, will conduct evangelism once in a quarter, every field, throughout the year. And also we have a quarterly departmental evangelistic activities, like next year being Family Life 100-year celebration. They are going to conduct evangelistic activities during the period. And also Adventist men and women are going to conduct evangelistic activities during the period. Youth department also will do the same. And the next thing is that every minister needs to embark on evangelistic activity to the glory of God. The objective for the Silver School department, first of all, is in threefold. One is to win, is to hold, and to train. Meaning that Silver School is not just to study the word of the Lord and keep it with us, but rather as we study, we need to go out, win people, bring them and sustain their faith in the Lord, and train the members also to be on fire for evangelism. And also, as we do that, it is to prepare members for heaven. And for that matter, the Silver School department is also on fire for evangelistic activities, because apart from studying the Silver School, as we have already narrated, we need to be on fire for the Lord as far as evangelism is concerned. The Silver School quarterly patronage, I would say it is always coming down. I'm sorry I'm saying so. Because when you look at, I was trying to compare the year 2017 first quarter, first and second quarter, and then third and fourth quarter 2017 and 2018 first and second and third and fourth quarters. We see that there has been a drop of the order as far as the purchasing of the super school quarterly, which actually has as the heart of the whole church, which serves as the heart of the church. We don't see it in that way, because if the heart is not beating well, how can the super school how can the body function well? Therefore, if people are not patronizing the purchasing of the super school more, it implies that we are dying slowly. So, super school has a lot to do for us, but many have not seen it in that way. Only that few have been buying the super school. Maybe the problem will be attributed to also the usage of this new system we have called the Androphone or the new apps people try to download from the net. It is good, however, it is not helping us to know what we actually want to know, because sometimes whatever we download, we may have difficulty keeping it after the time is over, because we need to go over we need to get another one. But if we have been buying the booklets, quarterly booklet, it will rather help us to keep them and make reference to those materials that we have studied, and we need to make sure that this thing is there or not. Therefore, we are encouraging members not to only look at the app or download those materials, but rather for them also to buy the quarterly booklets and use them and keep them for reference purposes. Yes, next year, by the grace of God, we want to have a Sabbath School leadership retreat. Maybe that will be the first of its kind in this our union. And with that aspect, we want to look at the problems that we are facing as Sabbath School officers at our respective fields or churches. And aside that also, we will try to encourage members to look at training new teachers for Sabbath School. Even though we have been conducting workshops on leadership and other training aspects, but we need to emphasize we need to emphasize much more on the training of the leadership of the Sabbath School teachers for them to be well equipped for evangelistic activity and the teaching of the Sabbath School. Okay, special needs ministry, according to the GC, is part of the Sabbath School department. However, looking at its nature, it has been singled out a bit for us to get somebody who is in charge, more especially at the GC and our division. However, they are part of the Sabbath School and Pastoral Ministries departments. The Pastoral Ministry department over here in our territory, the membership stands around 120 deaf and dumb people, and we have about 4 churches composing this deaf and dumb. We have one at Kwadaso, Etimatim, Seko, that is a Jamasi rather, and also we have one at Bekwai. And with these special needs, we have what we call GO workers. The GO stand for Gospel Outreach. That is, by the grace of God, the whole Ghana, we have 5 Gospel Outreach workers who are confined in this union territory. And with these GO workers, their core responsibility is to go about visiting the members of the church who are deaf and dumb, and also to evangelize non-Adventist deaf and dumb. And every year they have been conducting camp meetings, they have been conducting evangelist activities also to equip themselves and to prepare the members for evangelist activity. This year, by the grace of God, Gospel Outreach workers 4 of them, including the union director who is speaking now, were sponsored to attend an Pan-African specialist camp meeting and workshop. And it started August 19 to August 26, 2018. During that program, it ran concurrently with a special training workshop by the General Conference officers, about 5 of them. That's Jeff Jordan, who is a pastor but deaf and dumb. He was there, and he is in charge of also the special needs with respect to deaf and dumb. And we have Dr. Larry Ivan, who also is in charge of the special needs in general, the General Conference, and one General Vice President called Pat Goodson, who also is in charge of this special needs for gospel outreach program. Pastor Brake, who is a retired minister and coordinator also, the coordinator for the special needs, was also in attendance. And by the grace of God, during that program, we saw that the camp meeting was actually not just for the deaf and dumb, but all classes of special needs, including blind, including cripples and autism, and many other people with different special needs programs. In fact, with the special needs, members' understanding for sponsoring or supporting them is quite different. It is not easy because they think these people, what would they bring into the church if we sponsor them? But just as I said, with the exception of this year, maybe I would say the baptism was not so high. But last year they conducted evangelism and baptized about 56 souls. Even this year, by the grace of God, they baptized 4 during the camp meeting period, because non-Adventists also are invited to attend. But people's conception about supporting these special needs need to be erased, else we will not make forward to reach these people. Jesus said he came for everyone. Therefore, we need to look for everyone, whether he's hearing, he's capable in doing lots of things, or he's not. We need to bring them also into the fold. And another aspect we face is we have been asking churches to make their buildings accessible to such special needs, but it's difficult. These people are not willing to do that, thinking that they have already done their building and there's no need for them to construct another. Even it's not just construct, just adding up to make it easy accessible for such people. And we have also been saying that during sermons, where possible, at least the district headquarters need to have somebody to sign the language for the deaf and dumb people for them also to hear, if we are not organizing special worship center for them. But it is not found, or it has not been done since we said these things. And we need to look at it in that way and help members who are physically challenged in diverse ways.